Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start. How'd you guys do with tuning? We talked about figuring out tuning this week. How'd you do with that? So Hannah's got it, James has got it, Daniela's got it. Karen, were you able to do the DVD? Karen, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Yeah, I watched the lesson, but I just did that today. So my learning curves are probably a little bit behind everybody else's, and I just had Zuzu tune it for me. So
oh, perfect. Go. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Okay, hello, twin. How are you? Is your brother coming today and your mom? Okay. Awesome. So how are you able to do with tuning? Did you guys do tuning this week? Did you figure out how to tune the ukes? Sorta? Okay. All right. So let me just talk to you just a little bit about tuning. The very best way to tune is to get a clip-on tuner. Let's see. Sorry, I have to keep adding people by hand because of the new Zoom thing because they've been having so many problems. So,
there is actually a way, Liz, to let everybody in that has the ID and password if you go to your participants and change the settings.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that after this class. Thank you. Or do I just do it down here? Let's see. Okay, I'll figure it out after. Thank you. So we have 3 school teachers on here today, so that's pretty cool. So you guys all have been figuring out this online teaching. So let me show you this. This is an example of a clip-on tuner. There are others that are bigger. This is my favorite one because you can put it on and it's so small that even when your ukulele is in its case, you don't have to take it off. And this one's made by Daddario, and it's about, I want to say, somewhere between $10 and $15 on Amazon. And the nice thing about clip-on tuners is that even if there's noise in the room, because it goes on vibration, not on listening, it'll work. So like if you're tuning using your phone, that's great, except if you've got a kid in the room or you're in a room, a classroom or something, then you can't tune without asking everyone to be quiet. Whereas this kind tunes no matter what's going on. And so I can't show you if it's not on the uke. That's the bad thing. Let's see if I can make it so you can see it. Let's see.
Liz?
Hey, Mike.
Is this what this is?
Yes, that's exactly what that is. Yes.
Oh.
So clip that on the top of your ukulele like this. Okay. Yes, that's exactly. And that's the other example of a tuner I would show you. That's another really good one, the snark one. So the way it works, yep. So play a string on your ukulele and show us that. Oh, you got to turn it on first. The on switch is on the bottom, the silver thing. Oh yeah, and I can do the same thing. I can turn mine around. I'm sorry, I didn't think of that. Okay, so you play a string, and you see how it's G because it's the G string, and it's got the little line on both sides. That means it's pretty much in tune. Same thing for my C. My E is out of tune. You see how it's that way? It's on the, let's see. It's on the left side, so that means I'm flat. So now I need to tune up a little bit. There we go. You see how easy that is? And then
mine is not coming on, so maybe it's
not. Your battery might be dead. Oh, is it brand new?
I've never used that, but I've had it for a couple of years, so I don't know.
So your battery's probably dead. Open the back and see if there's a battery in it. Sometimes before you've used it, it has a little plastic thing to protect your battery from use before you use it.
Gosh, I can't see.
The name of my tuner is Daddario. So it's D''A''Daddario. See if I can put it really close there. Can you see that? Is it backwards for you? And if you need that, just send me a message and I'll tell you again. I'll write it out for you. And I love this tuner because, like I said, it's so small. It goes on your uke, and you just keep it on there all the time. And you just have it in its case, no problem. Speaking of which, I highly recommend ukulele cases. Ukuleles are really easy to break. This one is the kind that we use in our programs, and it's actually made of plastic, which is very unusual for a good ukulele. There are a lot of bad plastic ukuleles, but this is a really good one. And it comes from Italy, and it's made for programs like mine. It's an amazing thing, and the company donates them to us, and they're fantastic. We used to use wooden ones, but these are so much better. But all of that to say, the wooden ones, which is what you all have, and they are much nicer ukuleles, you want to make sure you keep those in a case. Number one, because of humidity, you want to make sure that your ukulele is being kept at a sort of constant humidity. If your home has a lot of either like electric heat or whatever kind of heat that's drying out your home, it can crack your guitars, your ukuleles. So keep them in the case. Another thing that can crack ukuleles is small children. So you want to just keep your ukuleles in a case if you can, okay? Little kids, another thing that I found in the refugee camps, when the kids would take the ukuleles home, if they weren't with it all of the time, their little sisters and brothers would do this until they broke the ukuleles. And what happens is if you keep turning these too much, then it breaks your bridge down here. So just watch it. If you let a little kid play it, just make sure you're right there with them, and because this is just too tempting for little kids. All right, so let's see how everyone's doing on everything. So any questions about tuning before we go on? Karen. Oh, Karen, unmute yours.
Okay.
No, I don't have a question.
I was sorry, I was in the wrong, I had the wrong number. So yeah, so I'm noticing on my ukulele is that the C string, it's like overnight, it completely goes out of tune. It's like I really have to crank it. Is that normal, like every time?
Is it a pretty new ukulele?
Yeah, it's brand new.
Yeah, so that's why. So when your uke is new and your strings are new, they're going to go out of tune a lot. One of the things you can do with the new, you can do this with a ukulele or a guitar, is kind of stretch your strings a little bit like this. Just put your thumb under it and run it like that.
Okay.
Now it's going to keep happening for a little while. All right.
Okay.
But this really helps. This really helps to stretch your strings. Okay. So someone just asked me for the name of the Italian company. Thanks for asking. I should have told you that. It's Aquila, who make most of the ukulele strings in the world. So most of your ukuleles would have come with Aquila strings, and they'd started making ukuleles a few years ago. And they give us, my foundation, 100 ukuleles a year. And I know that when we need more than 100 a year, they're going to give us more. They asked me how many I wanted, and I said, like, oh, maybe 20 a year. And they said, no, if we start giving them to you, then you'll need more. So we're going to give you 100 a year. And so they're absolutely amazing. Yes, that's Aquila, Aquila, Aquila. And they make fantastic guitar strings and ukulele strings. And then they make these ukuleles. Now it's called Mahilele is the name of their company that makes ukuleles, but they're amazing. And I'll tell you one other thing about them is that the man who's making these, and like I said, he's the one who's developed these amazing strings all over the world. He and his son are, first of all, when the pandemic hit, they started making not hand sanitizer, but yeah, like hand sanitizer stuff out of their string making materials and giving it out everywhere. Now they're using their materials to make coil so that ventilators can be made out of 3D printing. And so they've been working like around the clock making coil for the factories that are trying to spit out ventilators for Italy. So they're pretty amazing. They're an hour south of Venice. Beautiful people. They gave us 6 ukuleles for our Yazidi refugees. I went to meet with them to tell them thanks, and then that's when they said, we want to give you 100 a year. So beautiful, beautiful company. And if you ever want a ukulele like this, it's not going to have the beautiful tone that a wooden ukulele will have, a nice wooden ukulele, but it's better than a cheap wooden ukulele. And it's really good for playing for a classroom because it can get really loud, which is really nice. So yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you're doing these texts to each other. That's really good. All right, so we did tuning. So everyone, any more questions on tuning? Okay. So, oh, and Karen, it's partially because you're practicing a lot. That's another reason. And so it's really good that your strings are going out of tune, okay? All right. A good ukulele will hold its tune, but only after you've broken it in. And so you've got to get it all broken in, and then a good ukulele will keep its tune for a while for you. So let's start with the review of what we did last time. So we did the C chord. So let's see, Daniela, can you tilt your screen a little bit more so I can see your ukulele? And yeah, Karen, you too. And David, can you make it so I can see your ukulele a little bit well? Yeah, David, your tuner is totally fine. There's no problem with it. I was just recommending this one because you can keep it on in the case. And it's what we use in our program. I like it because it only does ukulele, so it makes it easy. The other ones do a lot of different things. Okay, so everybody play me a C chord. C chord. Okay, and we're gonna go one at a time, and what I want you to do is I want you to play it like this. Okay, so Daniela, you play it for me first.
Now C is the one with just the number 3,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Okay, so you see how far up your thumb is? I want you to bring your thumb a little bit more so that you can put pressure on the back of your ukulele. You see, if I do it like this, see, like that, then I can actually put much more pressure onto my ukulele. Do you see that? So bring your thumb down just a little bit so that you can press down harder.
Okay, and I probably need to retune it. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, let me play you it's mainly your G string that's out of tune. This is what it should sound like. Can you tune that a little bit? Just make it a little tighter. There you go. And I think the battery that your tuner uses is just a watch battery. So I think you can get that real easy.
Yeah, well,
on
except for we
Amazon.
can't leave the house.
Yeah, on Amazon. Pull that up a little bit. Anyone who needs to tune, use this time to tune right now. Second string. Good. And then third string. That one's good. Up just a hair. It needs to go up. I think you're going down. Some ukuleles are strung really weird where this string this tuner turns differently than all the others. I don't know why, but I've played a few ukuleles where these all turn the right way and this one turns the wrong way. So that might be. There you go. All right. Okay. Play me that C chord again. Is everybody muted? Virginia, mute yours, okay? Great. Now, just do this string for me. You want that to ring. Make sure you're playing with this part of your finger, okay? Don't play with this. Don't play down here on your finger. Make sure you're playing on the very, very tip.
I think I have a very cheap ukulele too.
Ah, well, it sounds okay. And we can work on getting you a better one later after the coronavirus is over. Or if anyone needs advice on buying one, you can just send me a message later too.
And I bought it in Maui too, at a music store, you would think, but that's what they gave me.
But I think it's a Kala, isn't it? What brand is it? Is it Kala?
Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that probably is a cheap one.
Yeah.
Okay, Nikki.
It's going to be reborn.
Okay, ARP family, let's hear one of you at a time. I want you to play the C chord for me.
Okay. What's up, Liz?
How you doing, cousin?
Good, how are you?
Good, it's good to see you.
You too.
Go more slowly.
Okay. Is it off?
A little bit off, but not too bad. That's pretty good. Do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, press down harder. Come move right in front so I can see your whole ukulele. There you go.
Right on my lap.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, good job, Hannah. This is so much
Me?
fun, you guys. This is so much fun having you all here. This is an amazing group of people. I hope you all get to know each other through this class because this is such an amazing group of people. Okay, Hannah.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay,
And that
good.
was really good. Karen? Oh, sorry. Yes, we have two Karens. Okay, sorry. Karen Boskemper, you do it first. Sorry. Okay, Karen, I'm looking at Karen Hartman wondering why. Okay, anyway, go Karen Boskemper. Go more slowly. Very nice. Yeah, Karen Hartman. Again. Yeah. Yeah, nice. James. Yeah, great. David? Great. Okay, Virginia. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with the F chord, okay? So we'll go ahead and start with you, Virginia, since we're already on you. Oh, you already.
Okay.
So,
No,
F
no.
chord. So Virginia, F chord. That's okay. We'll go up with Daniela. Daniela, F chord.
All right, here we go.
Okay, now the reason that the first string is if when you play the F chord, if your finger goes like that, then see how it mutes that string? So you've got to make sure that your finger is like this. So do it again. Do just the first string for me, just the first one. Yeah, great. Very good. Very good. Okay, ARP family.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I'm going first. Okay. Dang it. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I need to press my first one better.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So remember, it's not just pressing harder, it's also pressing with the right part of your finger. Let's see, how can I show you this? Make sure that you're playing with the very tip top of your finger. If you're playing with this part of your finger, it won't work. It's got to be the very, very, very top of your finger.
Okay. I think I need to cut my nails shorter or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, you also have to have short nails.
I'm trying to grow them out, Liz.
Wait till this is over.
Yes.
Never seen you with long nails. Yeah, that was better, but I want you to really practice that, okay? And make sure that you're really listening. Each one needs to ring, okay? If one of your strings does not ring, it means that you're touching it somehow with another finger.
Yeah.
Okay? If it buzzes, it means that you're not pressing hard enough. But if it gets muted, it means that you're somehow touching it with another finger.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Face it towards you like this. There we go. I'm scooting over.
Okay, so you also need to press down harder with your finger. Press down harder with this finger. Okay.
Oh, better.
And we need to tune yours. There you go. Good, good, good. Yeah, and you guys, you need to just tune that a little bit. Here, this is your last string. Can you tune your last string listening to this?
Do we have a tuner?
No.
Liz, I guess we only have a phone tuner. And
Okay,
she's not
so go
speaking
ahead and
to
mute and then just
her.
use the phone tuner while everyone else is playing, okay?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Okay, Hannah and cutest baby in the world. She is so adorable.
Yeah, I had to set her down.
Do that again. Okay, press down a little harder. Great, very good. Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. Okay, Karen Hartman.
Thanks.
Again. Yeah, I want to hear him ring, so don't stop it. Let him go like that, okay? One more time. So your first note is sounding like this. I want to hear it ring. Just do your first string for me. There you go. Okay, now keep going. Okay, can you hear that this one isn't quite sounding good? So press down harder with that one. Usually that's what the problem is with that note. So just press a little harder. Yep, now do the whole thing. Okay, good. And you need to be careful also that that when you're doing this finger, that it's not going like that, because that'll touch the next string. Okay, good. James.
All righty.
Yeah, good job. David? Do that again. Do you hear how your first string is kind of cutting short? Make sure that's ringing. Just do this string for me. Yeah, great. Do the whole thing again now for me. Great, great. Karen Boskemper? Excellent. Virginia?
You hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Get it good.
So Virginia, did you watch the video of the last class?
No.
Okay, you need to do that, okay? Because it talks about how to hold the ukulele and how to make sure your fingers are in the right place. So after this class, make sure that you watch that, okay?
Okay, so what are you doing wrong? Or what do I need to do on?
Watch the video because there's a bunch of stuff that I want you to see about, okay? But
Okay,
go ahead
I'll
and
have
play that F chord for me right now. So make sure you're pressing hard enough with this finger there.
Okay.
Play just the string for me. Just the third string.
Oh.
Good. Now this string. Now, if your second string is buzzing, then that means that you're not playing with the right part of your finger. You need to play with this part of your finger, the very tip top, the very, very, very top, not down here. You can't play with this part. It's got to be the very tip top of your finger. And you've got to have very short nails to be able to do that. Otherwise, you touch the other string by accident, okay? All right, okay, good job. All right, Amy, you look like a telephone operator. Now we have 4 school teachers on here.
Okay.
Play it slowly for me. You hear the buzz on your third string? One more time. Perfect, perfect. Okay, all right, so now this is what we're gonna do. Now this is the best way, that is the best way to make sure you're playing the chords right. So whenever you're practicing your chords, I want you to always listen this way and don't do it fast. Make sure that you're going slowly, okay? And listen to every single string, and that's what tells you if your finger is touching a wrong string by mistake or if you're not pushing hard enough. If you're not pushing hard enough, look at your thumb. Sometimes we stick our thumb up like that, and we need it to be back here so that we can put more pressure on both sides of the ukulele neck. Do you see what I'm talking about? All right, now the best way to practice going from chord to chord is this. You play the chord one time, and then you play the other chord one time, and then back and back, like that. This is fantastic practice, okay? So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it with the C and the F chord. You're gonna do C once, F, C, F, and we're just gonna keep going, okay? So everyone get on the C chord. Everyone get on the C chord. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. C, F, C, F, C, F, C, F, C, F, C, F, and then once you start getting that so that both chords sound good, both the C and the F chord sound good, then you start going a little faster, but you don't go faster until they both sound perfect, all right? If you start going faster before they sound perfect, then you're not gonna get it, all right? So we're gonna go just a little bit faster, but not much. You ready? Now we're doing it as half notes. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, F, C, F, C, F, C, F. And you want to get to where you can go C, F, C, F, C, F. But I don't want you to do that until it sounds perfect like this. Do you understand why? Everybody understands why? Okay, so now we're going to do a new chord. So get out your paper and pencil. Sorry, I didn't write this out ahead of time. I thought we might need the whiteboard for something else. Now, the reason I want you to write these chords out and not just to look at them online is I want you to have the practice of writing this chart like this and writing the chords out. It's really good to do it. And of course, we all learn in different ways. When I teach in the different countries, we teach the same thing in 3 different ways for each concept that we teach. And one of the ways is writing. So it's really good to write this out, to get used to writing out these charts. Does everyone remember the name of the strings? What's this string? G. What's this one? C. What's this one? What's this one? E. What's this one? A. Okay, good. All right, so everyone got that? All right, now this chord is much harder to play than the other 2. So what I want you to do first is put this finger here, first finger here, right there, and then this finger and that finger, okay? So this finger goes here, and then this finger here, and this finger here. All right, so this finger here, first fret, first finger, and then in the second fret, we're gonna go the second finger and the third finger. Now, this is where the hand position we talked about last week is really important. If your hand position is like this, it's really hard to get both of those fingers inside the same fret. So you want to make sure that your hand position is not like this, it's like this, because you want your fingers sideways, okay? So your hand should be this way, okay? Even touching the tuner there a little bit. And then these fingers sideways on that. Okay, so both fingers are inside the same fret. Got that? Okay, try playing it. Now play each of your strings individually. Everybody just try this for a minute and make sure it sounds good, and just work on it on your own for a second before I have you play it for me. Okay, so let's do it now. Daniela, play it for me. Now I want you to do this. Start again. Go more slowly, real slowly. That's slowly. Do it again. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Nikki. ARP family.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah, this
So-
one's a lot harder. Now, Nikki, look at your hand. It's like this. I want it to be like that. Remember we talked about this last week?
Yes.
It'd actually be
That's
touching the tuner. Like back here, this part of your hand should be touching the tuner. That's how far over it should be angled. Stick your elbow out. Yeah, there you go.
Feel like super awkward. Okay.
It is until you kind of get the position right, and then it won't be anymore. So just put this finger down here.
Yep.
Wrong string. Put it on the second string.
Oh, whoops. Yep.
Okay. Tilt your arm. Put your elbow out. Okay. Now this string here. I mean this finger there, on that string, and then that finger on the bottom string. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now try playing that. Hey, you're gonna have to help your mom on this, honey. All right. Do that again.
Okay. Press harder. Wow, this sounds amazing.
It will, but get your elbow out there. Get your elbow out.
What's wrong with me?
That's what I told you.
It's like Twister on the ukulele. I can't do it.
Hey, Nikki, remember we talked about the hand position. That'll help too. So go ahead and grab your uke like this. Okay, bring it out. Make sure it's straight and your arm is straight. Your arm should be straight. Now bring it back in. Try to keep, so Nikki, you've got your ukulele like this. I want it to be more like this, more straight.
Okay. Okay.
And that might help. I don't know if that'll help. Okay, now here we go.
Do you want to do La Akeas or you still want to do this?
I still want to do you, so.
Okay.
Let's do, we'll do La Kea and then we'll come back to you. How's that?
Okay, yeah, do
Yeah,
that.
come on up. Move over a little bit so I can see your whole uke, okay? Or move the camera there, okay. Okay, now, same as your mom, I want you to put your hand out, your elbow out. It seems really strange at first, but then you get used to it, all right? Hey, that sounds good. Go slower. Good, good. You want to press a little bit harder, okay? Because you're getting some buzzing in there. So that means press harder. Get your elbow out. Is that a tenor uke that you're playing?
Is it? I think it's the middle one. What's the middle one?
The concert? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Concert. Okay. It's easier to learn on a soprano. So do you have a soprano?
Yeah.
This one.
Ah, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Nikki, play
Easier
for-
to learn on a soprano?
What's that?
Is it easier to learn on a soprano?
It is. It's easier to learn on a soprano than on a tenor because tenors are the hardest ones, the hardest string grades. But also because her arms aren't as long as yours, it might be easier for her to learn on the soprano than on the concert.
Oh, okay.
Concert's my favorite size, but it just might be easier to learn on the soprano. You guys just
Right.
play around with them and figure it out, kind of. Okay.
Okay.
But Nikki, you try to get it for me now. Yes. Very good. Very good. Okay, Nikki.
Okay. Oh, hold on, hold on.
Elbow out. Elbow out. There you go. Press harder on your fingers. There you go. There you go. You really have to press hard on the fingers to get this chord. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. Good job. Hannah.
All right, I'm here.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Put your elbow out. Elbow out. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, very nice. Okay, Karen Hartman.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Press down a little harder on your strings. Little harder.
Yeah, my fingers are just started today and I'm trying to get caught up, so I'm pretty sore.
I forgot. Okay, yes. Okay, all right, good job. James. Yes, very good. Karen Boskemper. Yes, very nice. You want to do it again? Yeah, that sounds great.
The middle one. Okay.
Yeah, sounds really good. I can tell you've been practicing. Okay, Virginia. Okay, Virginia, put that elbow out a little bit.
Okay. All right, my finger's hurting.
Yeah. This one's hard because you really have to press hard on the strings to get it to do. Try
Yeah.
pressing a little harder.
Okay. I know I got to be careful how I get my fingers there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was
A
good
little
except for
better.
just this one string, the second string. Try just
You know what?
the second string. Play that for me. Good. Okay, now do all of them again. Do the third string for me. So what's happening, Virginia, what's happening is that your other fingers are touching that string. And so that's what's making it kind of go dead a little bit. So you have to make sure, are your fingernails short? Your fingernails have
Yeah,
to be pretty short.
you put them
Okay,
off.
good. Okay, great. So, and this is the thing with ukulele is you have to build up the calluses. Once you build up the calluses, it's so much easier, but it's going to hurt for at least a week or 2 weeks until you get the calluses. Okay. All right. Good job. Amy, let's have you go.
Did you say me?
Yes.
Or did you
You kind of cut out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who did you want?
Amy.
Okay.
And then you.
Okay.
See if you can get rid of that buzz. It's your third string that I'm hearing the buzz.
I'm plucking it too hard.
Yeah, any ukulele will buzz if you pluck it too hard. So very good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, David. Yeah, very nice. Play just the third string for me. Yeah, you got it. Okay, so this G7 chord is really hard. All right. So I'm going to show you a trick for playing it, for fingering it. This is the trick. When you go to put your finger on a G7 chord, put this finger down first, like I showed you, and then I want you to put these two fingers down at the same time. So when you play a G7, you go 1, 2, 1, 2. So everyone do this first. Just put down the first finger, put down the first finger, just the first finger. And now I want you to do this a few times, okay? You're not playing anything. All you're doing is doing this with your fingers. Do you see what I'm doing? You've got this finger down, and now what you're doing is you're just bringing these two down. You want to be hitting it hard enough. Can you hear my ukulele? You can hear it a little bit when you're hitting it, okay? Make sure, go ahead and look at your uke, or you can look in the screen. Make sure that you're hitting these 2 strings and no other string, okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Everybody do that a few times. 1, 2. Just practice that. 1, 2, 1, 2. What you want to do is make it so that you're not going 1, 2, 3, because that will take too long to play the chord. All right, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we're going to play an F chord. Do you remember F chord? F chord. And then the gift of going F to G7 is that you keep this finger here. So you're going to go F, and then you're going to lift this finger and put it down here at the same time. So you're going to go F, G7, F. Do you see how easy that is? G7. If you put your fingers down at the same time, it's really easy. It's not easy if you don't put your fingers down at the same time. Everybody got that? Okay, so let's just do this a few times. We're going to go F, G7, F, G7 like we did the other ones, okay? We're going to do half notes like we did the others. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, 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 F, G7. Okay, did it start getting a little easier as you did it more? Okay, now Hannah, you watched the video from last time, right? I want to make sure that you're grabbing your ukulele like this. Let's just all do this again. You have to kind of remind yourself of this every once in a while. So everybody grab your ukulele right here. Okay, bring it out in a straight line and then bring it back in. Yep, and that's where you want to hold it. It should be, can you see my arm fat, how I have some little like lines? Oh, you can't really see it on the video. Oh, well, like I have some lines right here, and that's where my arm is holding the ukulele in place, okay? So you want that to be holding the ukulele down here, this part of your arm, okay? All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go C to G7, and this one is hard. Actually, no, sorry. Play me a G7, 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 everybody play G7. Now we're going to go to C, and this is really easy because all you do is lift these fingers so that this one is still on, and then you move it down one, and then you play C. So go back to G7, G7. Now lift these fingers and slide, and you have C. Isn't that nice? G7, and then slide over to C. One more time. G7. And then we slide down to C. Are you okay, Karen Boskemper? Okay, one more time. G7, lift your fingers and slide. Now, the ungift is going back to G7 from C because there's nothing that's real easy about that. You're gonna have to just go back. So what I do is from C, go ahead and pick that finger up, but while you're picking it up, put that finger down and then there. So you're gonna go C, G7. So do you see how I'm doing that? C, G7. So I'm doing C, and then while I'm lifting that, I'm putting this one down, and then there we go. So C, G7, C, G7, C, G7, C, G7, C, G7, C. Okay, so now let's do C to G7 as half notes. You ready? We're going to start on G7 to make it easy. So get on G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, C. 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 Okay. Now that we have that down, does everybody know what this means? It means you repeat. So we're going to go C, F, G7, C, F, G7, C, F, G7. Okay? Everybody got that? Okay, so we'll do the same speed as we were doing before. Here we go. Ready? Start on C. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, F, G7, 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 C, F, G7. Okay, how's that going? How's that coming? Okay, so write that down because I want you to practice that. Okay, so you're going to practice C, oops, C, F, G7. Okay, you're going to practice that with the repeat. Okay, now remember last time we talked about this strum. Down, 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 hit, right? Everybody remember that? Okay, so now let's just do that strum a couple times. We're just doing it on the C chord, just on the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. Hey, Karen, you're playing over your sound hole, so I want you to move your arm up a little bit more. We want to strum, sorry, Karen Hartman. We want to strum over this part of our ukulele, okay? All right, so now we're going to do C, F, G7 with this strum. So we're going to go C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, G, okay? Everybody got it? So here we go, ready? 1, we'll go a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, F, hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, G, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit. Okay, now that's great, except I'm going to give you something else to practice that on. Oh, I'm so sorry. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. Okay, write this down. Okay, and I want you to do the strum that is down, 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 hit. Okay, that's the strum. Okay, let's just try this one time or a couple times. Here we go. Ready? So we're going to start with the C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. Oh, sorry. I want you to say the name of the chord while you're playing it. Okay, and say the word hit when you do the hit. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, C, C. And then you repeat it, C, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit. Okay, does everybody have that? Okay, now, if you get to where that is easy for you, then I want you to do it with this strum instead or in addition, okay? It's exactly the same, except that you don't hit at the end. So it would be this. So this is the second strum, okay? Just down, 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 down with no hit at the end, okay? Now make sure that you get it really good this way first before you go to this one. And then that prepares us so next week we can learn our first song, okay? Which is You Are My Sunshine, which is so much fun on ukulele, okay? So let's try it with just the 4 down strums, okay? Without the hit. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 G7, 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 F, 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 C, 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 F, 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 G7, 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 C, 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 and then we repeat, C, C, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so the homework, this is the homework. First, I want you to be able to play all 3 chords so that they sound really good like this. And make sure that you take time. Take the time doing this. Don't go fast on this. Don't skip this. This is the most important thing you're doing, is to make sure that when you play the chords, every single string sounds good, okay? All right, so homework. These 3 like this, and make sure they sound good, okay? Second homework is to do this. C, F, C, F, C, F. Oh, I'll write it out for you. So we go C, F, C, F. Then we go F, G7, F, G7, and then we go G7, C, G7, C. Okay. You shouldn't have these lines here. Can you see all of that? Let's see. So it's C, F, C, F, and then F, G7, F, G7, and then G7, C, G7, C. And these are 3 separate things. This is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. All right, and they all have repeats at the end. Okay, this is also really important because this is how you practice going from one chord to the next. All right, this is how you practice going from one chord to the next. So really listen, really pay attention to how you're doing on this, okay? C, F, C, F. Only 1 strum on each one. All right, so let's try the first one together, okay? So the first one, that's C to F. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, F, C, F. And you just keep doing it over and over again until it's so good you don't have to think about it. The goal is to not look at your fingers, all right? At first, you're gonna look at your fingers, but the goal is to get to where you don't need to look at your fingers. Go slowly, don't go any faster than you can go evenly, okay? Then number 2, F to G7. Here we go, number 2. 2, 3, 4. F, G7, F, G7, F, G7, excuse me. Okay, I didn't sneeze. All right, okay, and then the third one is G7 to C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, C. Remember, they're half notes. G7, C. not fast, go slow. G7. If I'm going too fast, you go even slower than this, okay? G7, C. You can't do this enough, all right? When it gets easy, then you start going a little faster, but don't go faster until you can play without looking at your fingers, all right? Okay, then the third part of the homework is with the C, G7, F, C, C, right? This thing. Okay? That's the third part of the homework, is to do this with this drum and then with this drum. Okay, now, if you practice every single day for at least 20 minutes, you will get your calluses by next week. If you don't practice every day, you won't get it, all right? If you practice 10 minutes twice a day, that's fine. 10 minutes 3 times a day, even better, all right? You've got to play, you got to get those calluses, there you go. Then it's fun. It's so much fun once you get the calluses, okay? All right.
Hey, Liz.
What?
Something funny.
What?
I was having a hard time because my fingers were hurting so much, and I told Carl about it, and he said, "Why don't you use a pick?"
That is funny. Here, I'll use a pick up here. Yeah, and just so you know, we don't use a pick for the ukulele down here. They do make picks for the ukulele. They're made out of felt, but never use a guitar pick. And I don't even like the sound with the ukulele pick. We're going to talk about different ways to strum with your fingers and things, so you'll get a really good sound with your fingers. Okay. All right. So everybody clear on everything? Any questions? Okay, you guys are way awesome, and I'm going to post this again, so feel free to look at it if you want to go through the lesson again. And you're awesome. I love this group. This is so much fun. You're all like amazing, great friends. And so this is super fun to see you all here. Okay, love you. See you next week. Same time, same place, okay? Bye-bye.